All right, so Nikki is doing R&D samples for pesticide, and she's got and these are also non-compliance tests, QC tests. We're gonna have the matrix spike, the method blank or the matrix blank, and the reference material. That's the RM. So for the first one, the blank, she is going to add spinach,
which can be found in your local refrigerator.
Yes.
Okay.
She's also gonna grab the daily flour.
For the reference material.
So she's gonna weigh out between 0.9 and 1.1 grams because that's our flour guideline weights for pests. And that will be the method blank.
Spike.
Okay.
Which is gonna be the same thing, 1 gram of spinach.
But
at the end of this, you're going to add 77 microliters of the pest spike, and the pest spike can be found right over here in the freezer. So right here, you're gonna wanna bring it to room temperature first, and then add the spike. It's got Nico's initials, and you can use the pipettes that are right over here. So now she's gonna add a gram of the SCFL1, aka the daily flour, and this will be our RM or reference material.
Okay, now it's time to add the spikes.
she's preparing 77 microliters of the pest spike and by
Now
priming
it's good,
it.
right?
That's good. Yep.
Okay.
All right, we're starting out with the method blank. This is a conformance and R&D batch for pesticides, so it's gonna be a little different than the one we just went over. However, this one's the same. You're just gonna weigh out between 0.9 and 1.1 grams of spinach. So the next QC we're going to do is the matrix spike. This one again is the same as our non-compliance batches. So this will be a gram of spinach, and then you'll add 77 microliters of the pest spike. This next one is the LRS, or laboratory replicate sample. So for this one, you're going to want to pick any one of the compliance samples from this batch, and then you will weigh out a full sample of that, so 0.9 to 1.1 grams. You will also write down which sample you are using for your laboratory replicate sample. And that information will also be entered on limbs when you upload your weights.
Oh wait, you're supposed to describe.
Okay,
That's
so
fine.
the next one she's gonna do is the cannabis product field duplicate. So this was picked out by the sampling team, and they should have already put a conical with that label on it. It'll say field duplicate, and it's cannabis product when it's an infused product or a concentrate. If it's a flower, it'll be the cannabis field duplicate, so the CFD. So she's gonna weigh out again the same normal sample weights.
Yes? Oh, maybe.
And she'll record, or the intake team will have already recorded the sample ID that goes with the cannabis field duplicate.
I'll also put a sticker.
One of the CPFD or CFD. So this will be the reference material, and this again is going to be our daily flour. Alright, so this is a potency batch. It's non-compliant, so we're just going to do 3 QCs. The first one is the matrix blank, and we're going to do a gram of olive oil.
Wow.
Because olive oil is going to be our blank when we're doing concentrates or infused products.
And what?
Alright, and then for our matrix spike, it's going to be the same amount of olive oil. That's the MS. We have another syringe. But for the matrix spike, we're then going to add 100 microliters of 3 different cannabinoid standards. So we're going to use the pipette, and we're going to set it to 100 microliters. We're also going to record the lot numbers on our tracking sheet.
Good.
This is the CBGA, which we're using until we get more CBDA. And then we have this cannabinoid mix. That's the third one.
How many?
100 microliters as well. 100 microliters for all 3 of these. That's the matrix spike done. Last one will be the reference material, and that will be a gram of the daily flour.
Okay, so we're gonna pretend I weighed out all these samples. Stop laughing. We're gonna start with the matrix blank.
And what are you doing?
This was a potency sample of flowers, and it's a compliance batch.
Okay.
So we will have the laboratory replicate sample, which is this one.
Okay.
So matrix blank, I'm weighing out a half gram of spinach. Then the matrix spike, which is also spinach.
In my matrix spike, I'm taking 100 microliters of THCA, CBDA until we get more CBD. And then add the cannabinoid mix standard.
And then for the laboratory replicate sample, you use one of the samples, the compliance samples from the same batch. Make sure to make a note of which sample it is. Matrix spikes, lot numbers on tracking sheet.
Okay.
Your field duplicate sample, which will be appropriately marked with its corresponding field duplicate. Our next is the reference material, which these being flowers,
So maybe we could just do one.
we're using spinach
one of these
for
is broken
the
up here,
matrix
right?
blank and spike,
It's like
and
leaked all
the
inside.
daily
So
flour
you can, like, do
for the
average. Yeah, I
reference
guess I would
material.
just use a weight load point one.
And this again will be
on the,
weighed to half a
on the
gram.
top loader.
And if it's infused product, we
Olive
use
olive oil.